Friends, as I promised, I'm making some veggie dish today. I'm making Shahi Paneer, which is a very rich dish. It's a North Indian. You can call it Mughlai, Punjabi. Best to have it with hot naan. Shahi Paneer, a lot of cashew will be used. Fresh cream, yogurt, beaten yogurt of course. And I'm also making arhar dal in my own style. Maybe some of you may have made because in Kerala it is quite common to make. But I used to do it when I was in school. I'm talking about not high school. I'm talking about when I was in class 5 or 6 or 7. I used to regularly make this as a special dish for my parents. So let's start. This has been, I think, more than 30, 40, 50 years. No, sorry, no 50 years. 50 years, that's my age was. So not 50 years, of course, 35 plus years I have not made it. Almost 40 years maybe I have not made it. So today I'm going to make that as well, which my mom can say how good it tastes. It's simple. What I've done is I've fried a little arhar dal. Now I'll wash and pressure cook it for making it tender, and then I'll be mixing some coconut, grated coconut with jeeragam, make it to a paste, and then I will take a pan, put some oil, some mustard, little curry leaf, and dump the boiled dal with that coconut paste, and add salt. Oh, sorry, I'll be using little shallots as well. A little bit of shallots, maybe 5-6 shallots, just to give a flavor, and green chili. And let's start with paneer, Shahi Paneer as well. Okay? So veggie dish. Not veggie day, I have made some non-veg. I have posted photo as well. Friends, what have I got for the paneer, Shahi Paneer? I'm going to use onion paste. And to make a good onion paste, you need to blanch. For blanching, you need to take out the skin of onion. Just give a cross cut, and in the boiling water, you drop it. Similarly, I'm going to use 3 of tomato, which also I have done same. So it will be boiled for a couple of minutes. Then again it will be strained with cold water. So what happens is that partially cooks the onion and tomato, and when it is made to paste, it cooks faster. So other than that, I've got around 22 pieces of cashew. In that I have put around 1 tablespoon roasted coriander, whole coriander. Then I got 1 tablespoon turmeric, 1.5-2 tablespoon chili powder, 1 tablespoon coriander powder, just a quarter tablespoon cumin powder. Then I got some cinnamon stick, some cloves, the bay leaf, and whole elaichi, and around 1.5 2 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. I'll be using 2-3 spoons of yogurt beaten, and also fresh cream, and then of course paneer. So let's start. So the blanching is taking place. Coriander is roasted. I'm almost ready with preparation for my paneer, Shahi Paneer. This is grounded cashew nut with a tablespoon of roasted coriander. This is pureed tomato paste. This is pureed onion paste, around 3 onions, which I had blanched. This is around 1 cup of yogurt, nicely blended. What I got some cinnamon stick, bay leaf, green cardamom, coriander powder, chili powder, turmeric powder, ginger garlic paste, some garam masala, some jeera powder. So I'm gonna heat some ghee. See, this is a rich food, so you don't compromise on anything. So what I'm going to do, I'll heat some ghee. Amul ghee, our favorite during childhood. So in that I'm going to put the cinnamon stick, bay leaf, and the green cardamom. So once it cracks, I'll add the onion paste and fry. I'm going to add the pureed onion. When you make puree, after doing the blanching, it cooks very fast. It just needs to turn brown, and it will turn brown very quick. Onion is turning brown, so I'm going to add the ginger garlic paste to it. Fry for just a little bit, so that the raw taste of the ginger garlic goes. A little stirring, and then I'm going to add all the spices. All the spices been put together. You don't need to separate it. And also the grounded cashew nut with coriander. Everything added. It has to be fried for around a minute or two. Tomato puree. Add some salt. Now the tomato is also nicely cooked. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the yogurt, the beaten yogurt, a little bit of sugar, not too much. It's an option. You can skip the sugar also. And some hot water, a cup of hot water. Bring it to boil and oil should separate. This oil should separate nicely from the gravy. Then I will take it out for 5 minutes and blend all this together in a blender. That makes it very smooth. You see the color? So now I've added the yogurt. Only remaining is cream, fresh cream, which will be added towards the close. Just getting boiled and oil separating. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'm going to heat some oil, not oil, I've used ghee, and I'll fry. Say different recipe you will find for paneer, Shahi paneer. Either you use raw paneer, not the fried, or you can, they say it is best with not fried. I like it fried, so I'm just frying it a little bit on the ghee so that it gets a little brown color, and it tastes a little good. That's my personal opinion, but you will find many of the recipe will say you can put paneer as it is, but I'm going to fry a little bit. See, gravy is nicely cooked, boiled. You see the color? So I'm going to leave it shut for 5 minutes. It has to cool down and then I have to blend it. So I have left it to cool. Problem with here, we get frozen paneer, so it leaves a lot of water. So I've just cooked a little bit because I don't want to overcook the paneer, and I've left it to cool. So before doing the final blending of this paste, you have to ensure that you remove all those cinnamon stick bay leaf, whatever was dropped, even the ilaichi, take it off. Don't put. It's advice because that kills the taste. It has given already the flavor to the gravy, so you have to remove before taking it to the second blend. Just blend it, and we'll put it back, everything back into the same pan. Add a little water to just clean off. You don't want to lose any gravy in it because it's very rich gravy, so you don't want to lose anything. So that's it. That is gravy part is concerned. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some cream. You have to use a lot of cream because this is a rich one.